Okay, pain to injuries. Good. Okay. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Intermediate Advanced Lab, Level 2, Level 3. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. If your hips or your lower back are tight, please elevate and sit up on a block or some blankets so that you can find a comfortable cross-legged position with a lengthy, tall spine. All right, palms face up. Fingers come together, mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. And as you ground evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine and let your inhales even out with the exhales. Three ohms together, inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga, call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vishtan, Sarva Vishtan, Gato Piwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Suchihi. Starting to open the eyes, palms face up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Chin toward the right shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. Chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side, roll it back. Opposite side, roll it center. A few more rounds. Chin back toward the chest and pause. And taking the opposite direction. Chin back toward the chest again. Lifting the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine, extending the legs forward, separating your feet. Turning your toes toward each other, then roll out. Draw in, roll up, draw in. Outer rotations. Back center, switch them around. Center again. Cross your shins, opposite shin on top. Raise the arms up, extend, twist to the right on the exhale. Back center, arms up, twist to the left. Center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Draw back up, other side. Center again, legs forward, forward fold. Take it back up. Cross up the shins. Roll forward to down dog. And start to pedal out the legs. All right, take it back to stillness in your down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Re-extend the right leg, step it forward, low lunge. Then raise the arms up high for high lunge. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee, high lunge. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Gaze upwards for your back bend, heart opener. Take it back to center, arms up, high lunge, hands to the floor. Left hand stays down, right arm up to twist. On the exhale, lengthen right leg as you reach your right arm back and down. Bend the front knee, circle it forward and up. 3 times. Lengthen, reach back and down. Bend and circle it up. Lengthen, reach back and down. Bend and circle it up into half bind. Right hand behind you and twist deeper. Raise your right arm back up. Warrior 1. Ground the back heel, arms up high and extend. Exhale, open it up. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Inhale, take it back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg for triangle. Take it back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras. Lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, almost all the way down. Inhale, even higher and hold it here for a few breaths. All the way down. Child's pose. Down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick up. Open up the hips. Bend the left knee. Re-extend the left leg. Stepping it forward. Low lunge. Then raise the arms up high for high lunge. Steadying your balance here. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee to high lunge. Wrap the hands back behind you. Non-dominant thumb on top. Broaden, looking up. Take it back to high lunge, arms up. Hands to the floor. Then right hand stays down to the floor. Left arm up to twist. Then lengthen out your left leg. Reach your left hand back and down. Bend the front knee. Circle it forward and up. Lengthen. Reach back and down. Bend and circle it up. Lengthen back and down. Bend, circle it up into half bind. Left hand behind you. Twist deeper. Raise the left arm back up. Warrior 1. Ground the back heel. Arms up high. Exhale. Open it up. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Take it back up. Reverse warrior. Triangle. Lengthen out the left leg. Pick back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale all the way down. Again, 3 progressive cobras. Lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, almost all the way down. Inhale, a little higher. Exhale, almost all the way down. Inhale, even higher. Full extension for cobra. And release all the way down, child's pose. Down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Right knee in towards the nose. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. Right knee outside of the right arm in touch. Kick back up. Knee comes into twist. Kick back up. Step in, your right foot forward, low lunge. Arms up high, high lunge. Right hand catching left wrist, extend, side bend right. Back to center, switch hands, extend, side bend left. Back to center, arms alongside, warrior 3. Step it back to high lunge. Hands together in prayer, twisting to the right. Hook the left arm, outer right knee. Inhale all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Left palm to face down. Reach forward. Half bind, left arm up and behind you. Stay in the half bind, let your shoulders broaden, or full bind, right arm under to take the other hand. Release the binds, inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, extended triangle. Raise your right arm to parallel your left. Inhale, all the way up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. Lower all the way down to belly. So the progressive cobras in reverse. Inhale, come all the way up to cobra first. Holding it here. Then start to bend the elbows about halfway and hold it. Bend the elbows a little bit more to baby cobra. And then all the way down in child's pose. Down dog. Left heel up. Left knee in towards the nose. Kick up. Open up the hips. Bend the left knee. Left knee outside of the left arm in touch. Kick back up. Knee comes into twist. Kick back up. Stepping left foot forward. Low lunge. Arms up high. High lunge. Steady your balance. Left hand grabbing the right wrist. Extend. Side bend left. Back to center, switch hands, extend, side bend right. Back to center, arms alongside, warrior 3. Step it back, high lunge. Hands together in prayer. Twist to your left. Hook the right arm, outer left leg, and rotate. Inhale all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Half bind. So you have your choice of staying in the half bind if your shoulders are tight, or going for the full bind. Release. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle. Then keep the right arm extended. Raise your left arm to parallel your right and hold. Inhale all the way up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee. Hands to the floor. Left foot back plank. Inhale one breath all the way down. Then come all the way up to cobra and holding here the reverse variation of the progressive cobras. Bend the elbows halfway. Bend the elbows a little bit more so your belly lowers onto the floor, baby cobra. All the way down in child's pose. Down dog. Right leg up. Right knee in towards the nose. Kick up, open up the hips and flip. Flip it back, three-legged dog. Fallen triangle. Flip it back, three-legged dog. Listen up. Point the right toes, bend your right knee, scorpion your right leg. Come forward into scorpion plank. Exhale, scorpion chaturanga. Press back up, scorpion plank. Three-legged dog. Stepping your right foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Gaze upwards. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Stay in the forward fold, let the hands come down. Either reach your hands to the left side, arm extended, you're on your fingertips, or if you have more range, forearms down and bow forward. If your forearms are down, lift back up, walk your hands back in, half moon. Right hand forward about a foot, lobe off to right side. Tip forward to balance. You're welcome to stay in regular half moon or start binding. Chapasana. One or both hands to the left foot. Come back to the half moon, right hand down, left arm up, revolve it. Left hand down, square up your hips, right arm up, twist. Stay here or binding, right hand, left foot, revolve Chapasana. Both hands to the floor, left leg goes over to the right side. Forward folding dragonfly, so you're going to first float it, lower down, and then grabbing the left foot with your right hand and lift to float. Then lower all the way down. Outer left leg is to the floor, right foot. Walk it as high up the left leg as possible. Left hand to the floor for support. Right arm up. Reach forward and fold. If you're more flexible, better extension, you can work with a half bind, right arm around the right shin, or if you have the full bind, left hand behind you as well, and take the full bind. Start to release. Make your way back with your hands on the floor for support. Stepping on the right foot. Left heel comes back. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee and flip. Flip it back, three-legged dog. Fallen triangle, left leg over to right side. Flip it back, three-legged dog, so listen up. Point the left toes, bend your left knee so your left leg is a scorpion leg. Come forward, scorpion plank. Exhale, scorpion chaturanga. Back into scorpion plank. Take it back, three-legged dog. Stepping, your left foot forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, opposite thumb on top, gaze up. Bow forward, devotional. Stay in the forward fold, release your hands to the floor. Walk your hands over toward the right side. You can be on your fingertips, arms fully extended, or if you have better range, forearms down. If your forearms are down, lift back up. From here, half moon. Left hand forward about a foot, lobe up to left side. Tip forward for your balance. Once you get to your balance of half moon, if you're taking the bind, go ahead and work on the bind. Release your left hand back down for regular half moon, and then revolve it. Right hand to the floor, square up your hips. Left arm up to twist. Once you get there, you can stay or binding. Left hand, right foot, revolve to Pasana. Take both hands to the floor. The right heel moves over to the left side, preparing for your floating dragonfly. So you can lower all the way down first, and then take the left hand to grab the outer right foot. Then shift forward, lift, and float. Then lower all the way down. Outer right leg is to the floor. Walk your left foot as high up the right leg as possible. Right hand to floor for support, left arm up. Reach forward, and you can just simply fold here. Or if you have better extension, take the half bind or the full bind. Release, make your way back up. You're going to step on the left foot. Right foot draws all the way back. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Chaturanga up dog, down dog. Yogic squat. Walk your feet forward toward your hands. Let the feet go wider, toes turn out, hands together in prayer. Let the hands come down, shift to your left foot, extend the right heel out, Skandasana squat. You can keep your hands on the floor. If you're on your left tiptoes in particular and you're less balanced, right? Then keep your hands on the floor for support. If your heel comes down, you can free up your hands together in prayer. Then if you're taking the bind, wrap the left arm around the left shin, right hand back behind you. All right, so the key and the trick is, whether you have the bind or not, the torso goes at an angle in between your left leg and the right. So you're angling here. That gives you the best balance. Sometimes I see people who are like way over to the side, right? That throws off your weight to one side. So go in between the inner left leg and the right leg at an angle. All right, releasing your bind. Let's forward fold over your right leg. Right hand to your floor, left arm forward, and forward fold. So you're still in a squatting position. All right, if you're not able to bind the hand to the foot, hands to either side, and just working here is perfectly fine. All right, let's release and sit all the way down. So taking regular Skandasana. Right hand to left ankle, side bend over the right leg, reach your left arm overhead. Either just extend to the side or binding hand to foot if you can reach. Release, take it back up. Keep the legs, twist to the left. Back center to the right. Back to center, adjust your left foot in a little bit, ankle to knee. And then step the left heel in, make sure you flex your right foot. Three-legged tabletop, lift. Let the feet draw down to the best of your abilities. Walk your hands forward, and we're going to twist. Left arm to the outer right leg. Either just stay low here and twist, or dragonfly. Hands to the floor, lift. Good. This, my mistake, there's not actually dragonfly. Dragonfly is to the other direction. Years ago, we used to call this the cousin of dragonfly. We forgot what it's called because it's twisting to the opposite direction. All right, now we're going to go for the dragonfly twist. We're going to twist to your left. You're going to lift the feet, and you're going to hook the right arm, right tricep to show the right foot. Stay here to twist, or take into the arm balance. Hands to the floor. That is a dragonfly. And now if you're not able to lift, yeah, good. You can just keep the other foot down and just work on this kind of like dragonfly twist and the preparation. So here is giving you a deeper twist and then working on the foot staying in place of to the right tricep. Yeah, slips off when you're skin on skin especially, right? And then sometimes if, let's say, your hip opening or your twist is not as deep and you don't step the foot higher up the tricep, then you're on the side, like just above the elbows, that happens to slip a lot. So that means you have to work on a deeper twist and get that foot higher and higher up the tricep. So at that point, it's about flexibility. So you can just keep training on there. All right, we're here, coming back. Extend both legs forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So let's come back to left and right symmetry through a forward fold. And release, make your way back up, yogic squat, step the feet down. All right, so this yogic squat is just kind of like a simplified shape to kind of help us open up the hips for the rest of it, right? All right, hands to the floor, shift to your right foot, Skandasana squat. Left leg goes out to the side. And so again, if your heel is down and you can free up your hands can go together in prayer. If you're not able to draw the heel down and you're on tiptoes, right, I really highly recommend for you to keep the hands on the floor for balance. I don't want you to lose your balance and twist your ankle. And then if you're going further to take the bind, you can always just take a half bind, right? Or you can take a full bind. And so again, your torso angles a little bit to the left in between the inside of the right leg and the inside of the left leg to an angle. That way, you can fold forward here, and this is a very nice way to counterbalance. All right, let's release and forward fold over your left leg. Left hand to the floor, square the torso over your left leg. If you can bind, take the bind. If not, reach your right hand forward or hands to either side of the left leg is good enough. All right, so all depends on your flexibility. If you can, with balance, stay in that squatting position. All right, release and sit all the way down, and this is your Skandasana. Left hand to bind to the right ankle, side bend over your left leg. You can simply reach your right arm overhead and take a side stretch, or if you can bind the right hand to the left foot, take the bind. Begin to release, make your way back up, twist to the right. Back to center, counter twist to the left. Back to center, you're going to move the right foot in a little bit. So you can take left ankle to right knee, step the right heel in, press into your hands, sitting up tall. Press your right heel down, lift the seat. And take the seat back down. So this reminds me of a funny thing. So remember I told you there was another couple I know that is, their names are Heather and Mark? Well, hopefully you're watching because it was Mark who put the name to this cousin of the dragonfly. I forget the name of it. So Heather, if you're watching, ask Mark, let me know. All right, so this is the cousin of the dragonfly. So we're going to twist your left, right arm to the left leg. And then take the balance if you have it. If you don't, you're just twisting to the left and working on rotation. Good. Nice. All right, make your way down. Maybe you want to sit down first and readjust your footing. So what you want to do is try to walk this left ankle as high up the right leg as possible and fold it in so you have a nice stable position. Then lift the seat, and from here, try to get the left tricep as the left foot as high up the left tricep as possible, and that will give you more space to kind of keep from slipping. This is your dragonfly. I slip like crazy too, so and unless I have a really deep twist today, And then place a towel to my arm. Ah, good, Simon. If you're able to extend the right leg out forward, of course, it's easier and it's a modification if you keep the knee bending, right? That knee bending, pressing up against your foot, actually keeps your footing in place. Then, when you extend this bottom leg out, is oftentimes when people end up slipping if they don't have that deep twist. So, if you're not able to extend the leg out, keep the knee bending, and that will keep your foot in place. So try that if you can. Just keep it. Ah, good, Simon. You see how when you extend the leg out, you start to slip? That happens a lot. So if you are working with the pose, beginning to, if you keep the knee bending, that can keep your footing in place. All right. Make your way back to center. Extend both legs forward this time. Let's separate your feet a little bit wider to mat twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold to grab the insides of your heels or the inside of your legs. All right, take it back up. Again, yogic squat. To then make your way back to down dog. When you're ready, come forward into your plank and lower all the way down to the belly. And this is your Sphinx pose. Walk your hands forward, forearms down. Grab opposite elbows to measure off the shoulders width, and then take your forearms back down. Then you want to definitely check that your shoulders and elbows line up. So think about 90 degrees with the arms. And then once you set up this pose, think about the belly and your lower ribs pressing to the floor. Reach toes back. Let the lower back release a little bit. Then press your forearms down to lift your chest to deepen your mid-back bend. Gaze is slightly toward the floor ahead of you so the back of the neck is more neutral. All right. Turn your left forearm in. Walk your right hand back. Press into your right hand. Lift the right shoulder. And start to initiate a twist to look past your right shoulder behind you. Press into your right hand. Roll to the outer left hip. Pick up the right knee. Take a frog leg with the right leg. So the right knee lines up with the hip, horizontal to the front of the mat. Knee to the heel, vertical to the side of the mat. Flex your right foot. And again, press into your right hand and twist. Then bend your left knee. Reach back with the right hand, grabbing the foot and kick back. Start to release. Right hand comes back down. Again, roll to outer left leg. This time, right leg is fully extended. All right, then once you're there, twist. You may stay here twisting or binding again. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand, kick back, and twist. Start to release. Right hand comes down. Shift to your left side. Draw the right heel back. Square back to center. Let's take child's pose. Seat toward the heels and fold. All right, headstand or headstand preparation. You can take any variations you like. Classic headstand, tripod headstand. If you're not taking the full headstand, you're taking preparation. All you're doing is walking your feet in, then shift to one foot, raise the other, take a few breaths, and then switch legs. And that's all you're doing. Preparation, or if you're taking the full pose. That's right, nice and slow. Yep. All right, so you can keep it in a split like this and just hold this balance. Good. Now, you want to try? Just prepping? Okay, good. Right? And once that foot comes off the floor, you don't have to think about both legs coming up. Just keep in that split. And then as long as both legs come off the floor and you're balancing, that's all you're looking for. That's good enough for now. Okay, let's break. Make your way back to down dog. Once you get to down dog, just let the head get heavy. And you can turn your cheek side to side and just let the cervical spine lengthen and decompress. All right, come back to stillness, come forward into your plank, and lower all the way down to the belly. Sphinx pose, second side. Forearms down, opposite elbows, forearms parallel. Check that your shoulders and your elbows line up, 90 degrees. Reaching your toes back. Belly lower ribs toward the floor, flatten your lower back, release. Press your forearms down, lift your chest, thoracic back bend. All right, turn your right forearm in, 45 degrees. Walk your left hand back. Press into your left hand. Lift the left shoulder, look past your left shoulder behind you, initiating a twist. Then press into your left hand, roll to outer right hip, and take a frog leg with your left leg. So 90 degrees, and then twist again, looking past your left shoulder. All right, if this is good enough, stay here. If you're looking to bind, bend your right knee. Reach back with your left hand, kick back, and stack. Release your bind. Left hand comes back to the floor. Roll a little bit deeper to the right side. Extend the left leg further out, full extension. And then again, press into the left hand, look past your left shoulder behind you. You can stay there or bind. Left hand, right foot. Begin to release. Press into your left hand, roll to outer right hip. Release your left heel back. And then again, once you square back, child's pose. All right, this time, forearm stand preparation. So your forearms are down. You can grab opposite elbows for your shoulders width, and then take your forearms parallel. Keep the head off the floor, so you're looking to the floor, to the space in between the middle of your forearms. Lift the knees, walk your heels in, and again, just staying here, preparation. One leg up, take a few breaths. Other leg up, take a few breaths. If you have a forearm stand, you can take it. Want to try silence? That's okay, okay. So walk as close as you can. You know what? Come towards the back of the mat a little bit so I can get in front of you. Okay, go ahead. All right, so just walk it in as close as you can, and then choose one leg to go up, and then a full extension, and then, yeah, there you go. Press into your forearms and reach up. Forearms, reach up. Press into your forearms. Lift, lift, lift. Good. All right. So your arms are roughly parallel, and you want to press into your hands and your elbows down, and you want to feel like your shoulders are lifting away from the floor and the head away from the floor. So you want to think about this action, right? So if your heart is sinking downwards, you want to press into your forearms and lift up this way. So think about your shoulder blades doing that. Yeah, okay. So take a few preparations. You want to try to come up? Okay. Okay. Walk it in a little bit closer if you can. Good. When you're ready. Good. Press into your forearms and good. Yeah, so lifting of the legs was where you were struggling a little bit. So you were at an angle. So that's why the weight you kept feeling like your feet were falling down. So, yeah, so your legs were like this. So that's why it felt like you were falling down. So what you have to think about is once you have your feet off the floor, you want to lift the legs up toward the sky and the hips move forward. All right, so right now, what happens is your forearms are like this, right? And your seat is back in space behind you and your legs are forward. So that's why you kept feeling like you're falling down. But once you start reaching your legs up, the hips have to adjust forward. Okay, so this is what it looks like. All right, so on your way up, what was happening was this. That's why you kept feeling like you're falling down because the seat was too far back and your legs were too far forward. So what happens is when you press down, you raise your legs, you have to make the adjustment to line everything up. Right? From here, it's so hard to do, right? So from here, as you raise your legs up, your hips have to move forward and you line everything up versus like this, you see. So that's where it gets really heavy when you're not lined up. Yeah. You want to try one more time or you are out of steam? Okay, all right. That's good, yep. Yep. Good. Raise your legs up higher, extend the legs, draw the legs back, 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 legs up and back, up and back, up and back. Yeah. So that's where, yeah, because when you're upside down, sometimes you're not quite there yet, right? So your legs were not moving. I kept telling you to go up and down, up and back, and your legs weren't moving. So if I caught you a little bit better, I probably would have guided your legs and lifted up this way and push your hips that way. Yes, it wasn't. They weren't. So it's like what your brain was sensing was really not what was happening because the effort was there, but wasn't actually moving. So think about that. We'll try again next time. All right. Down dog. All right. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. Feet together, knees together. Bend the knees. Chair. Hands together in prayer, twisting to the right. Left elbow, outer right knee, and twist. If you want to take side crows, take your side crow. Gotta give Heather some love too, right? All right, let's square back, chair. Lengthen out the legs and dive forward. Take a few breaths. All right, second side. Bend the knees, chair. Hands together in prayer. Twist to your left. Right elbow outside the left knee. And then if you're going further, side crows. All right, let's break. Come back to chair. Exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Bend the knees, chair, tree pose. Stepping on the left foot, pick up the right knee. Option to stay here, wrapping your hands back behind you, heart opener. Option to stay there or side bend to the right. Continue to work with any of those or taking the more advanced variations, half lotus, forward fold. Tip-toe balance. All right, so I'm reintroducing this arm balance again. So the left arm goes in between the inner left leg and the nook of the right ankle. Ground the palms to the floor, and then balance and kick the left leg out to the side. And then you make your way back out. Switch. Switch arms, Simon. Left arm, nope, left arm to the inside between the leg. Yeah, that's right. And then when you kick the left leg out, it goes out to the side. That's right. Yeah, so shift forward and the left leg comes off the floor and you kick the left leg out to the side. So you have to draw the seat down and lift your chest. All right, so look at this again. All right, half lotus, hands to the floor. So the arm goes to the inside of the extending leg. So you want to ground the palms. Then you want to let the feet draw down and lift the chest. So you're as if you're sitting down. So the leg goes out to the side. Yeah, that's right. That's right. There you go. Say again? Sorry, yeah. Yeah. So if it's not quite there, let's see if it works with an ankles to knee. Let's see. Yeah, there isn't much space for ankles to knee. Yes, it has to be a very nice half lotus. So the top of the foot has to be way up the quads into the hip crease almost. So I guess you have to work on this and the forward fold. And in the forward fold here, it's going to give you more of that half lotus kind of shape. And then again, once you bend, again, here it's getting you closer and closer. So that has to be the precursor before the rest of that. All right, stepping your right back down chair, and let's neutralize with the forward fold once again. All right, second side, bend the knees, chair. Stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee, tree pose, second side. Once you're steady, if you're taking the hands back behind you for the heart opener, other thumb on top. Then if you're looking to side bend to your left, and again, work with any of those variations or start to play with the half lotus. So you want to just grab the foot and the top of the foot to your right hip crease as high up as you can. And then once you have the footing, maybe you want to point the left knee downwards, right? So that's how you deepen the depth of this stretch. So you can stay there or start to work on forward fold, which contributes to the deepening of that half lotus, and then furthermore into tip-toe balance, right? So I guess it makes sense why this other arm balance eventually evolved, because if you don't have the hip, the half lotus in a pretty deep place, right, a deep half lotus, then it's really hard to get to the rest of it. So it makes sense how the rest of this ended up evolving. So the left arm is to in between the legs, the left arm. The left arm goes inside of, that's right, inside of the nook. And the right arm goes to the outside of the right foot. Left arm goes here, right arm goes out. Nope, you're going this way. The arm goes to the outside. That arm goes to the inside. That arm. That's right. That's right. Oh, you know what? I'm telling you the wrong thing. That's why. I'm confused looking at you. I have to do it. Sorry, I have it wrong. I have it wrong. Right arm to the inside, right? So the right arm. So you have to have enough space for the right leg to go out to the side. So you were right, Simon. Yeah, that's correct. That's right. Right, so there's so many elements and placement in order for the shape to work, right? So anyway, all right, let's make your way back out. Step the left foot down chair. Exhale, dive forward. Take a few breaths. All right, so this is one of those poses that kind of evolved as I kind of looked at people doing different shapes, and I was like, hey, what else can you do with that? And then it just ended up being this arm balance. All right, when you're ready, either yogic squat or crow pose before you make your way back into chaturanga dog, down dog. So take your own transition, however you like. So Heather, once you have the placement of knees and back of arms, lift the head up a little bit and look forward. Right? So you don't need to see what your feet are doing. You can feel, right? Just slightly looking forward will give you better balance. That's right. That's right. Whoop. So maybe slow that down a little bit. I think you went a little bit fast, possibly. All right, let's make your way back to down dog. Let's get to pigeon. Left leg up. Draw the left knee in. Land that shin to the floor. Into right knee further back. Elongate your spine. And once you're set, you're ready to draw forward. Once you get a few breaths in, you can make a choice to stay here or work on your options. So Simon, can you work on extending the right leg further back so you can lower the seat a little bit more? Yeah. So I think I want you to start thinking about that going forward when you're setting up for your pigeon. Think about keep extending the back leg further back so you can lower the seat some more. Once you get that first few breaths, right, and you're a little bit more adjusted, then start working on the rest of it. Because you're a little high, so I want you to work on lowering your seat and get closer to the floor before you start to work on the other stuff. And so start adding that part on to your practice. Now you see how low you are right now, right? So I want you to think about maintaining how low you are when you lift your torso and start binding. Because I think when you come up and you start binding, you end up lifting up too high, and then you lose that flexibility and lose that kind of depth in the pose. I want you to try to maintain that depth. All right, let's break. Walk it back in for down dog. Pedal out. All right, second side. Right leg up. Draw the right knee in. Land that shin to the floor. So measure out, elongate, get as flat as you can, get more flexibility into the hips, and once you have that and you're feeling pretty level, then make your way forward. All right, so even before you start to think about variations, right, you want to find your pigeon, like this forward folding pigeon, right, this more passive position. So your hips are as low toward the floor as possible, because this is helping you to prepare that when you start to come upwards for your binds, like in your mermaids, right, that you have the flexibility and the depth of the hips being really low. Right? So sometimes when we're less flexible, when we come up, we start adjusting and then we come up a little higher, which, of course, if you need it, right? But I don't want you to end up losing the depth of your pose in this forward folding pigeon and then come up and then come up a little too high. And then, because then you don't quite feel as grounded. So I want you to really feel for that groundedness as low to the floor as possible. All right, so if you're taking variations, make sure you repeat. Yeah, Simon. So you're already a little bit lower on this side because I think you were very conscious about not making the adjustment and coming up a little higher. And so even if you choose not to take variations, even within your passive pigeon, you can always sink a little bit deeper. Right? So just letting the breath and gravity just kind of help you sink the hips lower. You can also more actively reach your left toes back, more actively reach hands further forward, and think about planting your chest and your belly and your hips toward the floor. All right, let's start to make your way back. Down dog. Walk it out. All right, once you're feeling pretty neutral, make your way forward into seated position. I just want to come back to that pigeon and give you one more point on this. All right, take a look. All right, so once you draw the leg forward, right, oftentimes when we draw the leg forward, we're still not at the deepest yet, right? So how do you adjust for that? You take the hands to the floor, you angle out the thigh, so you have that triangle that I always talk about, 30 to 45 degrees to the side. So how do you go deeper? You take the knee down, walk the foot further back, tuck the toes under, lift, shift the entire body back, take the knee down, adjust again. If you need to do it again, lift, shift even further back. That's how you get lower. Once you have that, final adjustments, you'll lift up, and then with your toes reaching back, right, with your extended leg, you want to keep pressing toward the floor, and then think about zipping from your belly upwards toward the head. So you want to go low from the belly, as flat as you can, and then you work your way up. That's how you get lower. Because if you're up here and you start rounding to come forward, you've landed your forearms to the floor, and you haven't even adjusted for the length of your spine yet. So you end up being really high, right? So I'll repeat that again. Tuck the toes under, lift the knee, shift the entire body back, knee down, untuck, right? If this is not low enough, tuck again, lift, shift back even more. Get as low as you can. Then think about the belly, the lower ribs, the chest, the chin toward the floor, and keep extending. All right, so does that make sense? So that's how you can get as low as you can to prepare for the rest of this. And then again, as I was saying before, right? So oftentimes when we come up and we start binding, the action of reaching back sometimes is tight, so we end up losing some of that depth by lifting the hips in order to reach a foot. Then all of a sudden you're really high, and the balance is not as easy. So what you want to do is get as flat to the floor, right? And think about grounding toward the floor as much as you can. And then even if it's difficult to reach back, you can always make the adjustment of maybe walking your torso slightly to the side. Guide your hand along the leg so that you can grab the foot. Once you have the foot, you can draw it in, then readjust, and then do the rest of it, right? So you can always use leverage of your hands, change the shape of your torso in order to bind, and then make your way back to a better alignment. All right, so those are some additional points to kind of deepen into your pigeon. All right, let's lower onto your back. Walk your heels in. Let's take your back bend, your bridge, or your wheel. Hands to reach for your ankles. Press your heels down, lift your feet. This is your bridge. If you want to go for your wheel right away, take it anytime. Good. Yeah, towards the back of the room. All right, so just think about getting deeper into the wheel, right? You want to feel like you're lifting and then reaching towards the back of the room. So that goes deeper into the underside of your arms, into your shoulder joints. Of course, if you don't quite have that back bend, you don't want to push it, but you want to think about lifting and reaching to the back with the heart center. Good. So you can always press toward the heels to reach the heart center toward the back of the room. So it's an energetic thing, right? Even if you move half an inch, 1 centimeter, as long as you're feeling that lift and reaching toward the back of the room, that's all you're looking for. And then in time, that will keep building more and more. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, lower all the way down, hugging both knees in. Keep the left knee in. Extend the right leg out, left arm out to a T, and twist to the right. Take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, and twist to the other direction. Start to take it back to center, hugging both knees in. And then when you're ready, step the feet to the floor, sliding the legs forward, Shavasana, fun relaxation. Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Then reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions, and then rolling over to the right. Coming up to a comfortable cross-legged position, a seeking non-dominant shin on top. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep. Let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Now come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.